Well, hey everybody, how are you doing this evening? I am Eve with the Baby's Booty, and we are coming to you tonight to have a little bit of fun with DTF, or that's the plan. We'll see how everything goes. But I don't have very much to do tonight. Normally, I try to have something on tap, something for us to do and have fun with, but I had to work this week. So, helped a friend out with a job, and it's been a while since I've done anything on that level. And so, that being the case, we're going to go with the flow tonight, and that's pretty much how that's going to go. Here on this channel, we do a lot with embroidery, vinyl, DTF, rhinestones, sublimation. We have a lot of fun here on our channel. And pretty much anything that you can do with crafting in that general area of expertise and make some money. We show you how to make a good bit of profit off of the things, the techniques that we like to show here on this channel as well. We also have a Facebook group if you're interested. Our Facebook group is the Hoop Group, and it's on Facebook under the Hoop Group. Or you can look up the Baby's Booty, and that should pull it up as well. And here on YouTube, we also have memberships. So if you would like to join, now you can subscribe, and we definitely appreciate subscribers. If you would like to join and give a little bit of financial support to the channel, which we would really appreciate, you can join as well. And there should be a blue join button beside the subscribe button. If not, there is a link in the description of this video that would show you how to join. You just click the link and it'll pop right up. All right. So we appreciate you taking the time out of your evening to join us. And one of the things that I love to do here on this channel is I like to greet the folks who took the time out of their evening to join us. And the reason I do that is because they chose to be here and they didn't have to, and without them this channel wouldn't exist, right? So well, it would exist, but it would be pretty lonely. My goodness, crickets, you know what I'm saying? But at any rate, we're going to greet the folks who have popped in to join us this evening, and then probably about 10-15 minutes in, we'll go ahead and get started with the DTF. So we have Miss Gail Moore in here in the chat. She is a YouTube member, and we really appreciate her membership. Hello. How are you? Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Miss Beverly Smith, hello. Thank you for joining us here on our live show. Robin Bryan is here. Kingsbury Crafts is here. Kenya Wilson, Miss Jackie Maddox from Maryland, Naomi Butler, hello, hello to all of you. Thank you very much for joining us. 2011 Miss Max, welcome. And thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. I really appreciate it. Thank you for joining us. Yvonne from California, welcome. Miss Crafty Creations, hey, 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 Miss Crafty Creations, how are you? Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Monica Torres, hello from Arizona. How are you, my dear? Lariette, hello, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Deborah Harris Neal, good evening. How are you as well? Thank you for joining us. Miss Social Deb, hello. How are you? Thank you for joining us, and thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. We definitely appreciate it. Carmen Alvarado says, hello, even Hoop Group weather in Cali is beautiful. We do have some fires around us. Oh, no, that's crazy to have both going on, the beautiful weather and then fires. Hopefully the fires won't reach you. We'll make sure that we pray long and hard over that thing because we don't want any fires to get to your neck of the woods. So please keep us updated on the situation as it continues to move forward. Isabel Morgan Catlett, hello, good evening to you as well. Mary Brown, good evening. Sheila Cushion, hey, Sheila Cushionberry, welcome. Big Boy Prince, hello, how are you? Welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining us. I need to be like, YouTube. I love it. If you haven't had some good entertainment, you definitely need to check out Big Boy Prince channel here on YouTube. He goes live on Thursday night, Friday night, and Saturday night with special guests. And you will learn a lot because it's a live stream show with folks from the DTF line of business and how they run their businesses, how they set things up, what equipment they use. So if you're the remote list, a little bit interested in DTF, definitely check out his channel. It is a lot of fun. So definitely roll over to Big Boy Prince. Marissa Dandridge, hello. Happy Sunday to you as well. EJ's daughter, good evening. Thank you for joining us and thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. So Crafty, hello. How are you? Welcome. And thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member as well. 2011, Miss Max said, yes, I didn't think you'd be here tonight. Glad you are. Yeah, no, I was going to come on. I knew I was going to be tired, but I actually got some good rest today. So I'm not, super beat up and beat down. But yeah, this week was really, really rough. It was more than I bargained for, but it's okay. We got paid pretty decent, so I can't complain. Simone Langley, good evening. Welcome. Thank you for joining us and for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. Lil Nelson, hi, even Hoop Group. I sent you a message. Did you get it? When did you send it, my dear? Because if it was, I don't have a personal message. So how did you send it to me? And I'll check there. Susan Kearns has a Hoop Group membership. Thank you, Susan Kearns, for joining us here on our YouTube channel as a YouTube Hoop Group member. Woo! Congratulations. Thank you very, very much. We really, really appreciate it. And for those of you who may not know, if you join here on our channel and become a member, then you have the opportunity to request a bell for free. As a paid member here on our channel, you just go to our website, thebabiesbooty.com. There's a link, there's a picture of this bell in the middle of the page. If you click that and fill it out, I'll know where to send your bell and that you want one. So please do that and make sure that you put your YouTube username where it asks for the username so that I'll know which member this is that we can send our thank you bell to. And I was told by Big Boy Prince that we need to do some wrist exercises, so get some wrist exercises in before you get your bell so that you can ring it properly, And if you take the time to get some Big Boy ink, which I have over there, I'll grab a bottle here shortly and then I'll show you the wrist exercises that you would need to do, but you would have to have Big Boy inks in order to do them like spot on rather. So we'll grab that ink and then show you the flex exercise that you need to do to ring the bell effectively. Okay, just wanted to point that out. Some other antics that we have over on his channel. Absolutely love it. Plot and Stitch, love it. Hello, how are you? Welcome. Thank you for joining us this evening. D. Ashley, good evening. Me Creatively by Kim. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you being here. Sundoris Miles, hello. Thank you for staying up for us. We appreciate you being here as well. Elaine Dickerson, hello. How are you doing this evening? Making with Marilyn, hello. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. We got Tampa Barbecue Queens. Hey, Sugar, how are you? Welcome and thank you for joining us from over on Big Boy Prince channel. We thank you for joining us this evening. Gorgeous Rose, hello from Texas. Well, I'm saying it wrong. Tejas. I always say Tejas. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Debbie D, thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. I really appreciate it. And welcome. Thank you for joining us this evening. Sheila Ward from Alabama, welcome. Linda Whitbeck, wello, what in the world? Linda Whitbeck, hello. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. We'll probably have all kinds of tongue twister things going on this evening. I'm trying to tell y'all I'm not used to this. So at any rate, thank you for joining us this evening. Arthur Lewis, yes, from Port Allen, Louisiana, your family is safe, so thank you for letting us know that. Definitely appreciate it. And I kind of want to mention something else as soon as we get caught up with the chat that is like super concerning to me, and I want to, let you guys know. Avery Head, hello, how are you? Welcome. Thank you for joining us. She is a Hoop Group member on a different YouTube channel, so welcome. Felicia Storm, hello. C. McGee, hello. Mina Rowe, welcome. Sheila Cushionberry says it's glad to hear that you're safe, and I know that's right because, oh my gosh, that was a mess going on where the hurricane touched, and it's heartbreaking to see some of the images. Shirley, hello from Brunswick, Georgia. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Jennifer Allison, good evening to you as well. Let's see. We have these teas and things. Welcome. Thank you for joining us from over on Big Boy Prince channel. I appreciate you being over here. Thank you very much. Leland Nelson's I sent through the Baby's Booty Messenger Thursday. Oh, if you sent it Thursday, there's a 95% chance I did not get it. So, and I'll go into that here in a moment. Colette Martin, welcome. Ivy, hello. How are you? Sundoris, you're welcome. Chris Smith, welcome. Happy Sunday to you as well. Diana Henderson, hello. Trudy McKinney, hello. Carmen Alvarado says, Eartha Lewis, happy to hear you and your family are well. Chad Williams from Central California, soon to be Texas. Go ahead on with your big move. Congratulations. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. And T. Johnson, hello to you as well. I'm caught up on the chat for the time being, and we'll get right back to it. But Ms. Leela Nelson, Wednesday of last week, I started helping a friend pack up a home. I don't even know, she has her own business, and she assists people with designing the interiors of their homes and whatnot, some exterior as well. And there are times where when a client of hers is moving from one location to another, she will ask that, they will ask her to assist them with the actual move. And with this particular job, I've helped her a couple of years ago with streamlining the things in the home. So we kind of packed the home one time already, but now they actually sold their home and they're moving to a different home. So she asked me to help pack up the home. And for those of you who are not mathematically inclined, as I am not, the home is it's over 7,000 square feet of home space. So for those of you not mathematically inclined or who can't, visually put that together, you're talking about a home with 5 bedrooms, 8 bathrooms, a kitchen, a butler's pantry, which is I call it side kitchen, garage, 2-car garage, formal dining room, great room, and large foyer, huge, oh gosh, playroom, exercise room, 2 laundry rooms. I mean, it's a huge house. Huge. So, I've seen bigger, but huge house. So, they wanted assistance to pack this house up so that they could move to their new home, which is considerably smaller, but all their kids are grown, so it's not that big of a deal. And I have also been tasked with helping unpack as well. So not something that I normally do on a normal basis. It's like once or twice every year, every other year type situation. It may come up. So that's what I've been doing since Wednesday of last week. It's helping pack up a house, and I begged to get off today because I'm tired. And I will be back tomorrow working again. So I'm missing messages. I'm missing being in the group. I'm missing crafting, you guys. Oh my gosh. I haven't printed anything at all with my DTF printer for over a week. And that's a no-no. That's a huge no-no. So I'm concerned with whether or not I have clogged it up or not. I haven't even tried it because I don't want to disappoint myself on that. So there you have it. But tonight we are going to do something extra special DTF. So we'll see how things pan out and we'll go from there. But if I didn't get any messages, or if I got messages some kind of way, it was usually like late at night. And I was, like super groggy and barely hanging on and whatnot. Like last night, and then I was nervous about the job because I was orchestrating the job as well as performing the job. So I had the crew there and was orchestrating and all that jazz. But anyways, I was nervous about making sure everything was just so, because you're talking about expensive artwork and stuff like that that needs to be packed up properly. So there were many kind of like half sleepless nights. So a couple of nights I stayed up, especially the couple of nights I was watching Big Boy Prince. But at some point in time, I would just like zonk out. And Saturday night was one of those nights. I was like, I can't take it anymore, and crashed. So at any rate, I apologize for my, absence and not really being in the channel, but that's why, and that's what I've been up to. And I haven't been crafting anything, and it's just like, I want to go back to my regular job. And normally you're like swamped and stressed over, jobs and stuff. And no, I want my crafting life back. But I learn from her every time I work with her, and I absolutely love it. So that aspect of it was phenomenal. And I'm excited to see what the new house looks like, because I haven't been there yet, but I'll be probably going there Tuesday to start. No. I can't unpack until Wednesday. So, but at any rate, so that's what I've been doing. So I apologize for the absences. And so Miss Leela Nelson, I'll go back and check your messages. I'll definitely look for that this evening. So I apologize. Now, on a completely different note, Jeanette Davis, hello, how are you? Where did I see it? I scrolled. Oh, there we go. Welcome, and thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. That's what I wanted to say to you from Virginia. Yes, we are well here. Miss Ethel Smith, hello, welcome, and thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. Colette Martin received her Epson F570 sublimation printer yesterday. So you know what that means. Bell ringing time. Woo! And I've been doing my exercises, so you see it's going very well. Congratulations, Colette. Ooh, yes. So when you get those exercises down, you can ring flawlessly. Yes. Congratulations on your sublimation printer. Janet McKinney, hello. How are you? Welcome. Jesse Gibson, hi Eve. I just ordered a 15 needle Pro 3 barrel and here in 6 to 12 weeks. Honey Bunny, when that baby gets there, please let us know so that we can jump for joy with you and get your bell rung, right? We definitely want to celebrate with you. Andrea Tomanga, hello, welcome. Andrea, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Arlene Wade, I hope everything is well with you in New York City, because New York City, that was another hard hit area. So I hope everything is well with you. So welcome. Welcome. And Contessa Harris, hello, welcome, and thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. I appreciate it. So being a YouTube Hoop Group member, or just being a member here on the channel or on Facebook, oh, I'm lagging probably. I do see that my thing has been turning red here and there, so I apologize. Abigail Brewster, welcome. But I want to let you guys know that I've been getting more and more information of different folks that are not well, under the weather, here with our members, right? And I need you guys to understand something. A couple of weeks ago, I asked if you were not well, if you were in the hospital, if you had something coming up, to let me know. You don't have to, make an announcement in the Hoop Group on Facebook, and you don't have to make an announcement here on YouTube for everyone to see unless you just want to, and that's understandable. But let me know, because there's a lot of you, especially those who are here on our channel on a regular basis, that I've become accustomed to seeing and enjoying your company, and the interactions with you. And a lot of you, several actually of you, I've come to know a little more intimately than just on the live or just on Facebook. And that being the case, you know, I am not immune to your sufferings or the things that you have going on. So I mentioned that last week there was a member whose daughter was in the ICU, and she was pregnant, and she ended up having forced delivery. The baby is fine. The baby is being discharged. I'm not sure if the daughter is out of the ICU yet, because now our hoop group member is in the hospital. And, you know, to I was able to talk to her by phone, and to hear someone struggling to breathe because they're dealing with COVID is something I hope I never have to hear anyone else go through that again. So it's your choice to get the vaccine. It's your choice to wear a mask. But please understand that even if no one else cares about you, I care. And I probably shouldn't care so deeply about people that I really don't know personally like that. But I'm not immune to this. And so it's devastating to me. I need y'all to be safe, okay? I need y'all to be safe. And I'm not going to, be upset at anybody that chooses to not get a vaccine or whatever. And yes, people with the vaccine have gotten sick. I totally understand that too. But please be careful. Whatever choice it is that you make, please be careful. If you do get sick, let me know so that, or let the group know so that if a person prays, they can pray for you. If, prayers isn't their thing, whatever to help let you know that someone cares. And we all hope that you will improve and you will heal and all of that jazz. We're a family. We're a crafting family. And that's the one thing that I really wish that everyone on the outside of our hoop group would understand, that we all have a commonality that really should allow us to interact without too many issues. You know what I'm saying? Because if you can't agree on much of anything, you can't agree on crafting for the most part. I mean, you got your cricket folks. Oh, I'm pro cricket and I'm pro silhouette, right? But in the end, it's all crafting. It's all a cutting machine, and we all enjoy doing it and having fun with each other. And so, keep that in mind and understand that I'm here in order to try and help you learn and to help you, excel in either your personal craft or in your drive to become a business person. That's what I'm here for. And I don't expect anything from anyone. If you choose to, be a member here on YouTube and, do financial things with that, I appreciate it. But if you don't, I understand. It's not the end of the world. And you guys are family for me. So just keep that in mind, please, as you go about your life, and or even if you may have a situation like I do where I deal with depression from time to time, and sometimes you can just be really low. Understand, we care about you. I care about you. I care about you. So, let me know if you're not well. Please, you guys understand there's a member who is in the hospital, and, I'm just hoping the best for her, praying for her myself personally. But aside from that, I worry about y'all. I really do. You may not think so, but I do. And so, that just bothered me, because I was like, I really like to know when folks are going through stuff, so that I can do what I believe in and pray for you and give you encouragement and check in on you, stuff like that. I'm not perfect at it, And sometimes I may forget. No lies, because my memory sucks. But usually when I know somebody's going through something, I try to keep in touch and try to make sure everybody's okay. So that being said, sorry for getting all deep and whatnot, but that was I'm not gonna say it was tragic, but that was hard to hear. It was very, very, very hard to hear. Um, Especially being that I dare say it wasn't this past Sunday, but Sunday before, a schoolmate of mine, I'm 45, so a schoolmate of mine, 45 years old, he's a paramedic, got COVID, was having trouble breathing and died. You know what I'm saying? And it to even now it's a shock and it hurts because I knew him not super well, but I knew him enough to where, oh my God, are you serious right now? Was my reaction, and just really got upset because we're 45. Why are we dying? Come on, bruh. It's just anyway. So just this COVID thing is hard because when it first kicked off, I personally didn't have, so many close deaths of folks that I knew, you know what I'm saying? You hear of stuff and it's distant family, but now it's starting to be like folks I know, and it's just like, bruh, this is, woo, and it's the breathing thing, woo, child. Anyway, sorry. We supposed to be talking about crafting and DTF. My bad. We're going to lighten it up here in a minute, I promise, because there's something that I've hinted around at for quite some time, and we're going to talk about that tonight. So, but yeah, it's just, like even with Sheila Cushionberry, father-in-law, they tried to wake him up and wean him off the vent, but got no response. Basically, choice now is let him go or trach and send him to the long-term facility. You see what I'm saying? It's just, this is, your husband did recover from his non-COVID pneumonia. That's good. So it's just like, okay, Naomi Butler from New Orleans, now live in Tennessee. Family still lives in New Orleans. Oh my gosh. They're dealing with a lot. Roofs have fallen in and no one can live in their homes, no electricity. You see what I'm saying? This is just, and Sheila Cushionberry, yes, the new wave of COVID is hitting the young people. The young people, and I took an Uber last week, and the Uber driver was an ER nurse near me, at a hospital near me, and she was saying that this time around, the people who are going on the ventilators are not coming off of the ventilators. They're like dying, and it's young people more so, way more young people, whereas they didn't really have young people before. So it's just, I'm concerned. I'm really, 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 really concerned. And, I just want you guys to know I want the best for all of you. And I do want to be made aware, of how you're doing. And, just keep my arms around all of you, because this is just a really awesome community. So, all right. I see a bell ringing moment, so we're going to talk on that now, and we are going to definitely talk about what's to my right, okay, and see if we can't play with it for a little bit. How y'all just got my silhouette cutter, heat press, and sawgrass sub printer. Abigail is out here flexing on all of us, right? Not only did she get the heat press, not only did she get the silhouette cutter, homegirl got the sublimation printer too. Abigail, girlfriend, bell ring time, right? Congratulations, Abigail. Woo! Yes. That's a lot of fun you got there in your shop, ma'am. Congratulations. And again, for those of you with new babies or those of you who have had your babies, please share your projects. We do like to see your projects. It inspires all of us. So we like to see what you're working on. And we may ask for tips or suggestions, or how did you do that, or where did you get that design? We love it. So please definitely post if you are able to. Naomi Butler You say your father is there with you. I'm only sharing because of you mentioning your concern. I normally don't share too much. Thank you for your concern. Yes, I am very thankful that your father is there with you. Let him know we're happy that he's safe. Ultimately, material things can be replaced. People can't, right? People cannot. So thank you for letting me know. Our prayers will definitely be with you in hopes that things work out quickly and get resolved fast, even though that's going to be tough because they got to wait on the waters to go down. And oh my gosh, it's just crazy. Maria says, sorry, Arlene, my mother's older cousin moved in with her bedridden 80-year-old friend for support. The home attendant brought in COVID and killed the woman, and my cousin contracted COVID as well. And that's the thing. So you don't know who has been around who or what. So each person that you come in contact with, it may be someone that you love or someone that you know, but you still have to protect yourself because you don't know who that person has been around. Even going out and shopping and stuff, I'm starting to slow down with that too because it's just, it's, I don't want to say scary, but it's concerning, you know? Maria says, my daughter-in-law was admitted into the hospital Thursday night with the COVID diagnosis and is very, very sick. This is very serious, people. There are no hospital beds available here in Augusta. There are none really here in the Charlotte area either. A friend of mine had surgery, hip surgery, and she had to wait 12 hours after surgery for a hospital bed to come available because there were no beds. So yeah, it's crazy. It's really, really crazy. Kristen Smith says, hello, and praying for an end to the pandemic. Yes, ma'am. Let's hope so. Mina Rowe, if Melco and Racoma are the same price, which one will you suggest to buy? And thanks. If Melco and Racoma are the same price, which one will you suggest to buy? From what I understand, I personally don't have either one, but I do have a friend who currently has Racoma and used to work with the Melco. And hands down, Melco is still her favorite equipment to work with. She wishes she had the Melco over the Racoma that she currently has. I understand that the customer support is phenomenal with the Melco. The equipment is great. Everybody that I know that has the Melco, I have yet to hear somebody complain about the actual Melco itself. Okay, so I would lean more so towards the Melco, but I would still do a little bit more research just to see what the warranty is, how they do their financing, or if you're paying right out for it, check and see again the warranty, see what people complaints are, or not complaints, but it's interesting if you read through between the lines and people's comments and stuff, you know, because they'll sing the praises of something that they got a good deal on or whatever, but they may say, you know, something along the lines of, I wish it had the only thing it's missing, da 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 da, little stuff like that will let you know, oh shoot, I didn't know it didn't have that. You know what I'm saying? So read between the lines when you read through the comments on it. But from what I understand, the Melco is the better deal. Sheila Cushing, no, Maria, we had to wait 12 hours in the ER. Yeah, before being seen by a doctor. They're inundated with cases and people. It's a shame. Sheila Cushionberry here in Texas, masks are not mandatory, and most businesses allow vaccine people to go in maskless, even though you can still pass it and get it. So it's rampant here. It's rampant everywhere. It's rampant everywhere. So, you know, don't feel bad for your area. I promise it's ramping back up, but they're not going to shut anything down anymore. So, you know, we kind of have to deal with it, and that's pretty sad. EJ's daughter says she's on fire with all of her stuff. Yes, she is. Ray Williams, welcome. Thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. Merlinda Lacey says, Abigail, congratulations. Pamela Bradley White, welcome. Thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. I appreciate it. Ray Williams, thank you. Oh, I already said that. Good evening to you as well. Andrea says, I'm upset about it. My last visit with my mom in a nursing home, I overheard at admin staff and one nurse saying it's just like the flu. I refuse to wear a mask if they mandated. People are making, yeah, they're making light of it. They're making light of it. A lot of folks are. Ms. Zale Nicole, welcome. Thank you for joining us. So creative. Hey, Sugar, how are you? I got a 15 by 15 heat press. Nice. And an ET 2720 that was converted for sublimation. So let's ring our bell for that 15 by 15 heat press and the ET 2720. Yes, congratulations. Holler. That's what's up, girl. You're going to be sublimating some things. Make sure you get you some keychains to play with because they're pretty much affordable. You can mess up with it and it's not super big of a deal. Go to Dollar Tree and get some of the polyester washcloths. They're four in a pack for $1. You can practice on those. I had one right here near me, I think. I don't know what I did with it. I was using it when I was making my Dollar Tree video. So definitely get those and practice with your sublimation on that. It's much more affordable and not that big of a deal to waste those. And you can use it as a washcloth even after. Love it. Let us see. And they call me Butler. On a much lighter note, my brother 4000D has arrived. I'm having to work on it to get it stitching properly. Oh no, you gotta work on it. It's okay. Nothing wrong with working on it. But congratulations in the meanwhile. Woo! Yes. Holler. Holler. That's what's up. 2011 Miss Max says, a big thanks to you for your instructions on Sew It Pro. I embroidered a bath mat today. Noise. Please make sure you post a picture. I would love to see that because I've been considering a bath mat, but I'm like, ooh, that's a whole lot of stuff to be sitting there stitching on. So not super feeling that. What is this? See what my husband is sending me a message, and I want to make sure I don't miss that. I know. I'm sorry, honey. Thank you for watching. Okay, so let's see. Hello, Laura E. How are you? Even Avery Head says the mail code. That's funny. Yeah, that mail code, from what I understand, is really, really good. Mina Rowe, you're welcome. The Crafty Puerto Rican. Hey, dear, how are you? Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Melco has a 6-year guarantee, she says. I spoke with the general manager for Melco at the expo in Atlantic City and got the information firsthand. So you know now they have a 6-year guarantee on the Melco. Did they say that that includes support? If anything goes wrong with it, they'll get on the phone with you or they'll do video call with you and make sure that you have the step-by-step information you need, or is their support more so Facebook? Let me know. Chad Williams, I got an Epson 570 to replace my converted 7720 recently. What a great upgrade. I'm glad you let me know because I might have to upgrade too. Congratulations, Chad. That's what's up. Congratulations. Hey, Justin, how are you? Welcome. Thank you for joining us this evening. Let's see. So to we begin embroidery. Welcome. Thank you for joining us and thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. I really, really appreciate it. So I am going to take a moment to show you what I have been hiding for quite some time now. And what we'll do is we will talk about it and we'll first show you and then talk about it. And then we'll see if we can't play with it a little bit and go from there. Mina Rose, she says there's 6 years warranty in the US, but in Canada only 1 year. I wonder why. That's interesting. That's interesting. I would, if you're in Canada, definitely check on that and see if that's the case for you, and wonder why that. Ask why that's the case. That's what I would do. Jacques Crafty Expressions, welcome. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you being here this evening. You guys, I want you to say hello to Betty. So this is Betty, and yes, she's named after Betty Boop. She was donated to our channel, and we have been making sure that she is being successfully converted from a photo printer to a DTF printer. All right, so that's what I have been hanging on to for quite some time. So I have these clips here because I took her cover off so that I could clean the print head, clean the lines, and stuff like that. So when I put the cover back on, there's a cover that sits right here to hide this. When I put the cover back on, what it will do is hold this in place. Okay. So Betty is an Epson 7880. The normal DTF printers, sublimation printers, are they can do 13 by 19. So usually they're 13 inches wide. So you could do 13 inches wide. Betty is 24 inches wide, so she can do banners and such like that. That's what she was created for, is to do banners or poster pictures, poster photographs, really huge pictures. That's what she's for. But if you were able to get a 7880, the 24-inch printer, then you can convert this to DTF, or you can convert it to sublimation. Now, the really super cool thing about Betty, and I'm going to see if I can't get you tilted down a little bit more and then swung over to the side so that you can see this. So here, Betty has 4 colossal ink cartridges over here. Matter of fact, let's clip this back up out of the way so that you can see it. I'm gonna clip it back. I'm gonna take it back down to show you something that's ridiculously cool. But there's 4 ink cartridges here, and I bought refillable cartridges so that I can put whatever color, whatever ink I wanted to in here. So right now, there's Big Boy DTF ink. Okay, this is Big Boy inks, is what I'm using. His colors are spot on, ridiculously vibrant, really good ink. His white is on point. Now the white, I don't even understand what in the world snowball avalanche was poured into that bottle to make it so white when I print out, but whatever, we're not going to question it, we're just going to use it. So this is Big Boy inks. It's DTF ink, and the link to this ink is in the description below. So we'll do a DTF show to actually go even further into DTF and how it works and all of that jazz, standalone video, because I have a couple of them now, but that's on the smaller printer. But now we're going to do one over here so that you can see it. So let's swing over a little bit, just a smidge, and I'll show you over here on that side. There are 4 cartridges on this side, but on this side there are 4 more cartridges. Okay, so this printer, and bear with me because I'm probably going to get it wrong, but if I'm remembering correctly, on this side on the right, it goes yellow, magenta, cyan, which is blue, and black. Okay. Well, on that side, the way this printer is made, because it was a photo printer, they have other inks that go, other color combinations that go in over here to help make sure you get true rich colors. So I don't know how many of you ever paid attention to your sublimation or to your DTF. Like gray is one of the hardest colors to print. Gray is a gray area, so to speak, pun intended. And it's difficult to get a good gray color. Well, two things with this printer, the way it was, they had like a light black or something that was like a gray color, then they had a light blue, then they had a light cyan or a different shade of cyan, and I forget what in the world the other color was. But there were extra colors over here to help make sure that the colors were vibrant and full of detail. Well, on this side for me, I put white over here, and eventually all 4 of those cartridges will be white. Now, on the other side, if you chose to get one of these printers and turn it into sublimation, why would you turn this into sublimation? Well, a good reason why you could turn this into a sublimation printer is because of the 24-inch print area. You know how hot the market is, and folks absolutely love the all over print t-shirts, right? 24 inches will definitely help you achieve an all over printed t-shirt. Okay, so if you can print this wide, I mean, I want to think that I'm not as wide as this printer, and I even planned on standing in front of it to prove it wrong, but I'm scared that if I stand in front of it to prove that I'm not 24 inches wide like this print area, and it's not, I'm gonna be real sad. I mean, yeah, it's my fault because I like to eat, but still, I don't want to prove that on camera. So we're just going to assume that I'm not as wide as this, right? So you would be able to do an all-over t-shirt with this printer. So absolutely love it. And the other thing with sublimation is on this side, you can do the regular inks that we talked about, your cyan, your magenta, your black, your yellow. But on that side, now sublimation inks have progressed to where they now have gray ink, and they have other color variations that you can put in printers like this that have more than just the 4 cartridges like what we have in our 7720, 7710s, so on and so forth. So with those printers, like those Epson printers that have more colors in their channels, they came out with the other color. So this would make an excellent sublimation printer as well. And I won't lie to you, because I was torn as to which route to go with this printer, whether to do DTF or whether to do sublimation. I love sublimation, but I also love DTF. It's a lot of fun. So the reason why I did go ahead and choose to do DTF is that I'm hoping that at some point I can offer transfers. And by having a bigger printer, more colors, better ink, then I'm hoping that will allow me to be able to do transfers and with confidence. Whereas before, my whites weren't white. Sometimes it would print and get clogged up in the middle of printing, and it was, y'all, it was, at one point, you remember when I first started doing DTF and was telling you about DTF, I was like, okay, I'll do a printout of McQuackins and I'll send it to you. I couldn't get a consistent McQuackins to send out, and that was just annoying. And it was, come to find out, it's my ink. My ink wasn't where it needed to be. And so I've learned a whole lot in the few months that I've been doing DTF, and I know I'm gonna have a lot more to learn in using this printer as well, because I've never, you guys are seeing this firsthand. I have yet to print anything with this printer. I haven't printed anything at all yet, okay? But we will definitely see if we can't try something today. The problem is I just got my drivers updated for it. Big boy, need to let you know that. The software that I already bought for DTF, it has the support for the 24-inch. Looks like I need to double check that. But if it does, and I'm thinking correctly that it does, then we can try and print something. But I got to make sure the software is running properly. So on the opposite note with this printer that's so cool, one of the things that's really, really neat with this printer is, I don't know how well you can see, but there are holes back here all along the back side of this printer. There are holes, and these are vacuum holes. So what happens is when you bring the paper and you put the paper in, the vacuum starts up and it sucks the paper to the back of the printer and holds it in place while you're loading and unloading the printer paper. And that's super cool to me because I've never seen anything like that before. But I've never run a printer this massive before either. So she's a big baby. Betty is a big baby. So this is big baby Betty. And she's going to be a DTF printer. Well, she's already a DTF printer because I've already changed out the inks. I've changed out the dampers, which are the ink cartridge, not the ink cartridges, but the little containers that hold the ink inside the printer. I've already changed those, cleaned the heads. I've done a lot, so I'm hoping we can get something printed on this. So I just wanted to let you know, because this is Betty, and she is going to be an Awesome Sauce Fun member of the Hoop Group, and I am super excited. So thank you very much for coming to the family, Betty. Woo! Yes, Betty, Betty, Betty. Big baby Betty, big baby Betty. Yes, congratulations to us here on the Hoop Group. And of course, we're going to be doing some learning on that thing. And we're going to be doing some printing and we're going to be doing some teaching. And I'm just really super excited somewhat because I got to go back to work tomorrow. So I can't do but so much testing with it and whatnot, except for tonight. But once I'm done with this job, I'm hoping by next week I'll be done with the job and I'll be able to get back into trying to get Betty printing out the blue and hardcore so that we can, get into the DTF like I've been wanting to do all along. So Kimberly Joyner, I want to thank you for becoming a member of the Hoop Group. Thank you. Woo! Yes. Congratulations. Welcome, welcome. Thank you, Kimberly. We appreciate the support of our channel. So I'm going to show you guys. Let's see. Kimberly says I have an Epson 2720 and converted it, but I'm so frustrated with the heat press, leaving a square impression on my poly shirts. Any tips on how to fix that? Well, Kimberly, I wish that... Oh, what is the name of her channel? Think Big Boy, help me out. I know her real name, but I'm trying to think of the name of the channel because there's two names she has two different channels. And she had a really cool tip on how to get that mark out of a sublimated shirt. If I'm remembering her correctly, it was a sublimation shirt. I am not aware of that. So it was something about you press it and then you bump the heat up, but then you leave it on a lot less and you just kind of like bump it and it'll take it out. But I meant to write it down, but I didn't. So Big Boy, if you remember the name of the channel is Ink. I can look it up. I don't know why. Honestly Spinking. Thank you, Making with Marilyn. Honestly Spinking. So she had a tip, and I want to say it was during the live. Actually, it was on Crafty. It wasn't on her channel when she gave the tip. Let me go on to this website and see if I can go onto the page and let you know for sure. Because I was like shocked. And it was like, oh, that's really cool. when she mentioned it, and I asked her to repeat it, and she did, but that was over a week ago. And as I mentioned, with me working, everything that has went on in the past 7 days is like out the window because I'm struggling with trying to make sure that I got everything covered, all my bases covered with the job. So let's see. Let me see what day that was. I apologize. On waiting. Her other channel is Honestly Speaking. Okay. Silaholics Anonymous. That's the other channel. Silaholics Anonymous and Honestly Speaking. But I have seen some use lint roller if it's being sold, so not washed, but will go away with wash. So Sheila Cushionberry says Lisa rip around all the edges of the picture did not work for me at all, actually. Oh, you ripped the edges of the paper, but the square is actually coming from the heat press platen. And that's why she suggested something about changing the heat. And I apologize that I don't remember what that was because I didn't write it down and I should have. Oh, so let me go to Craftable Things, and it was on which show? It wasn't Making with Marilyn. Making with, oh, let me go here to videos, and I'll tell you exactly which show it was. I think it was this show here. It was a week ago, Crafts and Conversations Live. So it's on Craftable Things channel, and it is Crafts and Conversations Live, and it was streamed on August 27th, 2021. So somewhere in here, Shakia was printing and doing sublimation, and she was explaining. I think this was the show. I'm more than positive it was the show, but I'm probably wrong. But somewhere in the 1 hour 20-minute mark, she started. She was pressing shirts and stuff, and she mentioned something about the press marks. So definitely check that out. Again, like I said, that's on the YouTube page, Craftable Things, and I'm gonna see if I'm gonna link in the description of this video. I'm going to link the video that I'm talking about. I'm hoping that's the right video, but I'm pretty sure it is because I remember she was on Patrice's channel when she talked about it, so I'm pretty sure that's the video. T. Johnson, after making the original press, there we go. Okay, she said after making the original press, turn the pressure up some, then press it again for about 5 or 6 seconds, and that should take away the press mark, is what she said. I haven't tried it, but she did it and it worked for her. So I was like, I'm going to have to remember that. Joke's on me because I don't remember anything. And I should have wrote it down. So Miss T. Johnson, thank you for mentioning it. I'm going to definitely write it down now so that I will remember that and give it a shot, because that's one of the annoyances to me of some polyester shirts. When you press them, it's like you get that square, or you get the indentation of the actual printout that you're putting on the shirt, and that's annoying too. So any tip to try other than tearing the edges, because like I said, I did the tear the edges and it didn't work. Pressing pillow can work, but I was getting press marks even with the pressing pillow. So it's just like, Lisa K, some people recommend using Nomex foam for pressing to eliminate the lines. So maybe check out Nomex foam. We'll write that down. You know what? We'll have to try some things, do a video trying some stuff and see if it works. Elsbieta, hello, how are you? Welcome. Thank you for joining us. And thank you, Lisa Cage, for pointing that out for us. The crafty Puerto Rican ripping around the paper works for me all the time. I wish it had worked for me. Man, you talking about somebody was ready to fight because it didn't work. I was so sad. You're welcome, Kimberly Joyner and Jacques. Thank you. I appreciate that. Jessie Gibson says she covers with clean butcher paper and add a little bit more pressure on it for 10 seconds. Okay. So, wish I had took shorthand in school, and I didn't. Or okay, so I wrote that down this time, so hopefully I'll remember to give it a shot. She also uses a larger piece of butcher paper that covers the entire platen. So check that out as well, you guys. Monica Torres, I just got the Cricut Maker. Congratulations, Monica, on your new Cricut Maker. Woo! Yes, congratulations. That's what's up. You have fun with that Cricut. You gonna be cutting vinyl, or you gonna be cutting rhinestone templates? What are you gonna be cutting? Hey, Miss 143, welcome. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for being a YouTube Hoop group member. Let's see. I want to make sure I'm scrolling back to make sure I didn't miss something during the reveal of Miss Betty. And hey, Pinks, Teas, and Things. Hello, my dear. How are you? Welcome, my love. Thank you for joining us tonight. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. Let's see. You get some per hour. Okay, the Crafty Puerto Rican with the Melco. You get some hours of personal training and 24/7 technical support. I'm researching other options to get the best deal. So far, Melco is at the top of our list. Congratulations on checking that stuff out and having the possibility of getting a new baby. Please let us know when the new baby comes. Kimberly says, I spent $137 on a multi-pack of pressing pillows and they didn't work for me either. Getting ready to sell those pressing pillows on Facebook Marketplace. Keep your pressing pillows because they do come in handy for other projects. They may not come in handy for that specific project, but they do come in handy. So don't necessarily get rid of it too quickly, not just yet. Eve, I have the Epson 15,000 and it is new. Are you aware of any known issues with this printer? I am not aware of any known issues with that printer. Is it sublimation or is it DTF? And big boy, you're in here. If you know of any issues with the 15,000, please let us know. Janet Grundy says she just got the Epson 7720 and converted it. Woo! Yes, congratulations. Congratulations, Janet, on your new sublimation baby. I love my 7710, and I know I would love the 7720. Either way, they're both basically the same printer. Love that printer for sublimation. It is just amazing, absolutely phenomenal, and that's why I'm just like, Betty needed to be DTF instead of sublimation because I love my sublimation printer. Whereas the L1800, I do love it. Don't get it twisted. I do enjoy the L1800, but it would be cool to be able to print multiple, a wide set of transfers. If we were able to get into selling transfers, the production would be a lot faster. So that's what I'm looking forward to with her. Jacques says, I haven't had any so far. Thank you in advance. You're welcome. Vinyl for sure, Monica says, learning the rhinestones. Well, you have videos available for you on those rhinestones, but if you have any other questions, please let us know. Hey, Willie, how are you? Welcome. Thank you for joining us this evening. So with the, Lariat Suggs, I just got the Brother PE 800. Not the 800. Do you know what the 800 is? The 800 is 5x7. So we want to say congratulations to you and your new 5x7 baby. Woo! Congratulations. Yes. So congratulations to you and your new 5x7 baby. Please make sure that you post images of the projects that you've been working on. We would love to see them. ET 15,000 great sublimation printer. XP 15,000 horrible DTF printer. Yeah, it's funny how some of those numbers are the same both ways. It's crazy why they. Oh, XP. Well, no, XP is still 15,000, and it just you're like, oh, really? Can we keep it a little more simple? But the crafty Puerto Rican says I own the Epson 2720 and the 15,000, and no issues. They are both amazing, so that's good. Thank you for letting us know that. Now, for those of you who are slightly curious about DTF, Janet Grundy, the only problem is I'm having difficulty getting my 7720 to print 11x17. What do you mean it's not printing 11x17? Is it loading the paper? Is it the paper is in there, but you're trying to print a design all the way out to 11x17 borderless? Or when you choose 11x17, it just will not let you accept that size at all, no matter what you do? Which issue is it, Miss Janet, so that we can make sure to answer the question specifically? So with the DTF, one of the things that are, oh, that's definitely not it. One of the things that's really, really cool with the DTF, but slightly annoying too, you have to have RIP software, okay? You have to have a specific software called a RIP software. There are many different brands of the RIP software. I currently run Digital Factory 10 CAD Link, which is an excellent software program. There's also Acro RIP, RIP something else or another. There's tons of them, but they're pricey because DTF is new, and because they know you have to have the RIP software in order to do DTF. So if you're interested in getting into DTF, you have to keep that in mind as well. You said when you choose 11x17, it won't accept it. What software program are you using when you're printing for your DTF? Like, for instance, on mine, I use Photoshop mostly, and actually, if I pull it up, then it'll act mucky. So in Photoshop, I usually use the 11x17 option in the software, and in the software you can Justin, I'll have to check on Flexi and see whether or not the Flexi will help support DTF, because I don't think I've heard anybody else talk about Flexi when they're doing the DTF, because I know you had mentioned it to me before, and it has to support the DTF and how it layers. I don't know. I'm just going off of what everybody tells me. Design Space or Silhouette. Okay, I don't print with Design Space, nor do I print with Silhouette, now that I think about it. So when you're in Design Space, or you're in, oh, you know what? Do you have the latest driver? Do you have your drivers for the printer? Or did you just attach the printer, so to speak? So you plug the printer up and it's hooked to your computer, but you didn't install any Epson software. Did you install any Epson software with your printer? Because you really should be installing the drivers that go with the software printer. You really should be installing the drivers that go with your sublimation printer, so that it will know, your computer knows all of the sizes that are available to use with that particular printer. Yes, as Beverly Smith says, you got to go to Epson and download your drivers. If you haven't done that, then no, it will act monkey, because it'll only let you print and do with what normal printers do. But you have a better than normal printer, so you need to make sure you have those specific drivers for that printer on your computer. You did. Okay, so if you have your drivers, then it should select it. Yes, white is the issue. White is the issue, Justin. And the fact that, okay, so hey Eunice Allen, how are you? So let's switch over to my desktop. All right, and I'm going to show you, this is CAD Link, and this is a RIP software. So with the RIP software, it is able to tell your printer that you're printing with white ink and include the white ink in with the print configuration and whatnot. All right, so in areas where the design is white, it will actually print white. Also, if you're printing on a dark colored shirt, a black cotton shirt, for instance, the software, you can set it up to tell it, I'm printing on a black shirt, so I need you to put white behind everything that's going on the shirt. All right, so that nothing is, let's show you what I'm talking about, because my explanation, I'm sitting here saying it, but in my mind, it's not coming out right. So I'm going to go to my L1800 just to show what I've been doing over here. So for instance, let's take these out because that's not what I want. Okay, for instance, this particular design, absolutely love it. The other thing that RIP software does is, because the RIP software is made for production printing, it also allows you to do multiple prints on a page, nest different designs on the same page. Let's open page, that's what I was looking for. So like for instance, over here, the job, I have it where it's duplicated, so I have more than one of this image on one page, right? And so it knows that these speckles going through here. Now, if I was printing this on a white shirt, if I was pressing this DTF to a white shirt, I don't have to have, the white per se in the image, because I can tell it to not print the white and save on ink because it's going on a white shirt. But if I'm putting it on a black shirt, if this was sublimation, first of all, it won't go on a black shirt because the background is too dark. But if you did easy subli or something like that, then the white on the easy subli is what will show through, and it just won't print in that area. But with DTF, you have white ink, so the white is going to print in all of these areas where there is white, and if you choose to do so, it will print a layer of white just behind the image itself. All right, so that keeps you from having to do easy subli, printing on easy subli, then putting it on your silhouette or your cameo and your silhouette or your Cricut, and having it do the print and cut or kiss cut to cut around that image and then press just that. The ink itself is what goes on the shirt, and the glue, of course, the powder that goes in the back, which is the glue. That's it. That's all that goes on the shirt. So it allows you to print multicolored images even with the white and press it directly to the shirt and at lower temperatures, because your sublimation generally goes on shirts at like 385 to 400 degrees, whereas the DTF goes on a shirt somewhere in the neighborhood of 315, somewhere between 300 degrees and 315. Okay, so you don't want to, if you are, y'all was ready to fight. I was weeding this design, and of course, everything that I was weeding, pieces of it was coming off. Look at that catastrophe down there. You see that mess? Annoying. I don't like to weed. So this was like the perfect solution for me. And I didn't have to worry about it anymore. I could just, You know, press what is actually printed onto the paper. So you have a nice night too, Sandoris. Thank you. So Kingsbury Craft says, I think Flexi works with white toner printers, but not inkjet. So the toner printers. Chad says, make sure your paper size and the printer settings matches what you're trying to print in the design software. Chad, thank you, because I completely went off topic for the for Janet's design space or silhouette issue with printing it out on 11 by 17. So do you have 11 by 17 selected on your printer as well? Even though that usually doesn't matter because the software tells the printer what page size to change it to. I'm trying to think, because rebooting wouldn't make a difference either. You may have to uninstall your drivers and install them again. That might fix the issue, because if there was an issue with installing the drivers the first time, because sometimes they have errors. So if there was an issue with installing the driver the first time, it may not have installed properly. So you can uninstall it and reinstall it, and that might fix the problem. We may have to do some troubleshooting with you to see if we can't get that to work. Big Boy Prince also says CAD-Link, which is the software program that you see right here on my desktop. There is a 2-week free trial with that software program, and that software you also can get from Big Boy Prince as well. So definitely check that out. Maria says, my husband said that if you don't have the right drivers, your printer will not print. Double check your drivers and make sure that it's the correct drivers for the 7720. Hey, Marge Campbell, how are you? Welcome, my dear. Thank you for joining us. Chad says, is there a decent convertible printer to do DTF? Her 7880 is discontinued. Yes, it is discontinued, but it is a printer that you have to find. And what I'm seeing is, man, I hate I'm telling y'all this. I hate I'm getting ready to tell y'all this, but I'm getting ready to tell you. Because I'm going to be real sad if somebody, well, I already have one, so I shouldn't be greedy. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you. With that printer, that's like one of those gold mine type printers where if you go on to the marketplace, Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, eBay, or Craigslist, eBay, whatever the name of the app is on your phone, I can't think right now. Any of those things, if you look at your local listings, there's a good possibility that some company that does photo printing is getting rid of that printer because the new hotness printer has been coming out. I mean, this is like ages ago type printer. So, I mean, the display on it isn't even in color. But this printer is absolutely perfect for DTF. Everybody, this is like a hot printer for DTF. Like, you could sell that for a lot of money converted to DTF. This is a very good printer. So look in your local listings to see, and there's other printers too, wide format, that you can find. And there's on the Big Boy Hot Printers list, the Big Boy Prints Hot Printers list, that will let you know whether or not that printer can be converted to DTF. If it can, and you're getting it at a dirt cheap deal because they're getting rid of it because it's discontinued, man sakes alive. Amazing deal, amazing opportunity. I am so super excited about this because I knew that printer existed. I knew where it existed. And when I heard that some of these wide format printers just like that were being converted to DTF, I immediately called up the person, was like, bruh, this can be converted to DTF. Do you not know how much money you can make making transfers, or how easily you can print t-shirts? Because they print t-shirts too. And I'm like, you kick vinyl to the curb. And I was told, come get the printer. And I'm like, bro, that's not why I called. I'm trying to turn you on to this hotness that's going on right now. And I was told, come get the printer. So I'm like, bro, you know what? I'm coming to get the printer. So I have the printer. But look in your local listings, because that's where you'll find that printer, and it is a good printer to convert. Okay, it needs to be a local printer though, because not very many people will ship that printer, because as you see here, this printer is a monstrosity. It is big. All right, and again, I could stand in front of it. I'm not going to, but it's a big baby. Big baby Betty. She's big. All right. As a matter of fact, where's my tape measure? Do I even have a tape measure right here? Let's measure big baby Betty, because I haven't even measured her yet, and to even think about seeing how big she is, because I was like, bro, I'm coming, and that was that. And we went and got her. Let's see if this will work. Yardstick. Woo! Okay. So big baby Betty is basically 46 inches wide. She's 46 inches wide. So get you actually this is bigger than a yardstick, because yardstick is 36 inches. So this is a meter stick or something. I forget what they called it. I saw it on the rack. But at any rate, this is even bigger than a yardstick. So if you have a yardstick, this is a yard from the end of the printer to the end of the door. And you got to add more inches. So put a yardstick in your studio to see just how big this baby is. And that's just side to side. That's not front to back. And that's not from floor to height. So yeah, this is a big baby, right? And so that being the case, shipping can be done, but you're going to definitely pay handsomely to have that thing shipped. So it's better if you can find it local, and it's better if you can look right about now-ish. And the reason why I'm saying that is because DTF is becoming hotter than the hotness of the hot of everything that's hot. Okay, I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. And I'm basically going back to, I don't know, for all of you who have been on this channel and watching this channel for as long as you have, rewind in your mind back to early 2020, March-ish of 2020, and I was telling y'all, learn how to do these face masks on the embroidery machine. Because if you learn how to do these face masks on the embroidery machine, you're going to make money. You're going to make money, because everybody's going to need a face mask. Learn how to do it. And for the people who did, hear what I had to say and went ahead and started doing face masks, bruh, we were busy and we were killing the game out here making these face masks, because it had gotten to the point where you couldn't find a face mask to buy. There weren't any. So they had to get the ones that we were making. And that's why I was like, y'all need to learn how. Even my dad, I was like, Daddy, you need to. And he did. He got on a sewing machine, learned how to make a face mask, and was killing the game. It's crazy. He made more money than me. So the same thing right now is going on with DTF, and I've been saying that since April. DTF is hot. All right, this is hotter than the face mask. The DTF is hotter than the face mask thing. So if you are able to do DTF, and you're like, for instance, or you're even thinking about it and you want to try and find one of those printers, you better look now, because folks are starting to look for that printer, and they're going to snatch them up before other people can get it. Or the ones who have the printers are like, did you hear that people are buying up this, and they're going to raise up the price, and then it's going to cost too much, and then nobody can get them. Right now, you can get big baby Betty type printers for probably $100-200 off of people, but they're going to find out soon how valuable those are, and the price is going to go up. So DTF is hot. All right, that is a very good printer. L1800 and similar printers, they are good printers too. They are. But the big format is for if you're trying to make money off of transfers, or if you just going to be making t-shirts like that. That's an excellent printer to go with. EJ's daughter, I remember you said that I bought my machine last June and still making masks. trying to tell you. No, I gave up on the mask. I was like, I'm over it. I'm over it. I didn't want to see another mask. So now what I do is get the pre-made mask. My favorite are the ones at Target. Get the mask already made and then put bling and stuff on them. And that's about the most I'll do because I'm sick of masks. But anyways, let us see. Let me go back. Would have loved to be there. Wasn't in the cards right now. It was a beautiful scenario. What did I miss? Oh my God. I done missed something about a ceremony. I saw that. Beverly Smith says, Silhouette, you go to open page setup and you put in the paper size, she said. So hopefully, Beverly Smith, that would help Miss Janet. Chad, you want old school printers. They work better. I'm hearing that. What is the largest size you can print with your DTF printer, Lisa Cage? So with my L1800, which is the first printer that I received or that I bought, the L1800 does 13 by 19. So actually, it'll do longer than 19 if I set it up with a roll of film. So I can actually put a roll in there and let it just continue to print and it not stop. So the DTF, that printer will do at least 13 inches wide. Whereas Big Baby Betty, she's going to have, well, she don't have to have a roll, but she can take a roll. She's built in with a roll feeder. Here it is. So if you look across the top where you see the paper sticking out, this here is where the roll of paper goes. Right now I have a sheet of paper in here. That's the sheet, but this is where the roll goes. So it's built in with a roll feeder, and you put the big roll and let it come down that way. But I don't have a roll of film yet. So for the time being, I just have a, this is actually 11 by 17 sheet of DTF film fed in there right now. But that is a roll fed printer. And the roll fed printer, 24 inches wide and print for however long it'll print until it run out of ink or run out of paper on the roll. So that's the size that I can do with that. Oh, let me switch this. I still don't see anything about the Sheila Cushenberry. Oh, okay, I see it. Our granddaughter got married in Cali this evening and did a live of the service. Oh, well, that was nice of her. I bet that was beautiful. Congratulations to her and her nuptials. Does DTF feel more like vinyl, Lisa Cage says? That depends, Lisa. So what I found is if you do a lot of ink, if you lay down a lot of ink on your DTF film, because some RIP software will allow you to put more ink on the paper than others. Like you can tell it how much ink to put down. Then it will feel kind of plasticky. But if you don't do a whole ton of ink on your DTF, then it doesn't feel plasticky. As a matter of fact, I have some that, I pressed in and it's like, bro, this, you can barely feel that it's even there. So it kind of depends on how you print it. Where is it? 53 years in November. Yes, girl, yes. And ain't killed each other yet. You know that's good love. Diana Henderson, how hard is it to convert to DTF? The Big Baby Betty, it was just a matter of changing her cartridges and putting DTF ink in instead of regular printing ink and pulling the DTF ink through to the print head. The Epson L1800 that I have, I didn't convert it, but I've seen videos on converting that thing. And you have to pop out rollers because all printers, well, inkjet printers have rollers along the bottom and some even at the top that pull the paper through and keep it feeding all the way to the very end. So those rollers at the very end. If you leave them in, they will put roller marks through your ink. That was the other problem I had with that printer when I first got it, and why I couldn't do transfers, because when I would print the transfers, I would get a roller mark, and it took me a while to have somebody tell me how to take that roller out. And now I don't have any issues with roller marks with that printer. But anyways, so not only do you have to take the rollers out, but you also should put in an ink waste bottle at the back of the printer, so that when you do a head cleaning on the printer, it shoots the ink out the back into a bottle instead of in a little ink collection pad thing that will fill up really quick. And then you have to buy a whole new one, and all this is just drama. Where's that bottle? You just unscrew it, pour it out, put the bottle back, and let it continue to fill. And it does. Mine has yet to fill up my ink collection bottle with all the print heads I've been doing. You would think it would be overflowing, but I haven't filled it up yet. So some printers are easier to convert than others, but with Big Baby Betty, I mean, that's basically what she's made for, is to do hardcore printing. So all I had to do was change out the ink for her. Does your sublimation printer have a maintenance box that needs changing, similar to the Epson Workforces? S. McGee, my sublimation printer is an Epson Workforce. It's a 7710. Big Baby Betty does have a maintenance box, but it's really easy to get to. There's a little door on the back. You open the door, pull that thing out, and put a new one in, and go on about your business. I also can, from what I understand, reach up in there. There's a tube that goes to the maintenance box. I can take that loose and attach it to a bottle, just like my Epson L1800, and let the ink run into the bottle. And that way I don't have to worry about continuously buying maintenance boxes. So I have yet to do the tube to the bottle method. Not sure that I'm even going to do that yet, because the maintenance boxes aren't super expensive for that printer. So I don't know which route I'm going to take, but a lot of it is going to depend on the cost of the maintenance boxes and how hard they are to get. The ink cartridges for her, the refillable ink cartridges, I ordered them from Canada. And then the dampers for her and the ink cartridge resetter chip, the dampers and the chip I got from China. I got the stuff from China faster than I did the cartridges from Canada. But the cartridges were 130, I think, 140 for all 8 empty cartridges and funnels, right, to go with them. And pretty much what I'm going to do is have yellow, magenta, cyan, and black on the right, and then on the left is just all white. So I'm going to have white cartridges all the way down the other side, unless at some point in time they come out with the inks that are those in-between colors, then I may, switch it up. But for right now, it'll be all white on one side and the yellow, red, blah, blah, blah on the right. So that's the plan for her. But it does have a maintenance thing, just like the smaller printers. Any specific brand like with sublimation, or just one used to print? Or just one used to print photos? Big Bertha. Well, her name was already Betty. And I don't know if you noticed on Betty, which it was like this when I got her, there's a sticker right there, far right on her, of Betty standing there, scantily clad as she normally is. Absolutely love Betty Boop. So her name was already Betty. So that's why she's Big Baby Betty. And I will say check with Big Boy Inks on how to get a hold of that list of the printers that you can get. It's a extensive list of different printers that you can get to switch to DTF. But yes, it's a big printer. Absolutely love this printer. Hey, Sunny Webster, how are you? Welcome. What is the exact name of your new printer? The exact name of her, the actual name of that printer is the Epson, hold on, I know it's 7880, but if that's what you're asking me, it is the Epson. I'll tell you. I'm sorry. I can't remember because I downloaded the manual and was able to read it briefly and then had to go to work. ABCD. Oh, maybe it's on my desktop. Let's see if it's on my desktop. Um, where is that darn PDF? It is the Epson something something something. Actually, let's look right here. Maybe it'll tell me right here. Epson Stylus Pro 7870. Epson Stylus Pro 7880 is what that is, if that's what you're asking me. Ultra Chrome, let's not leave that off. So let's go here, let's go here, let's go. So here she is, Epson Stylus Pro 7880 Ultra Chrome. This is Big Baby Betty. If that's what you were asking. If you're asking of her name, Big Baby Betty, Betty Boop. Oh man, Diana Henderson, you're welcome. Oh, Big Boy Prince will list the list of printers in the Hoop group because Big Boy Prince is totally awesome like that. Sheila Cushionberry, yep, I paid under $500 for my PE 800 in 2019, and now they're around 1K. Yes, ma'am. So that's the thing, you know, for whatever, well, I know why, but a lot of things have shot up in value lately, and the embroidery and sewing machine, all of our equipment for the most part has shot up too. So even used, you can get some at a good price if they know what the value is. And a lot of these folks is like, this printer is worthless, it's old, it's blah, 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 blah. But it works perfect for DTF. So definitely see if you can find one if you're interested in going that route. I'm sitting here now sewing and embroidering a mask, Leila Nelson said. Trying to tell you, pink tees and things, you surely have been, and I listened. Oh, you did get into DTF, y'all, because pink tees and things is like rocking and rolling with DTF transfers. I mean, killing the game out here. And the thing is, there are so many people out here doing DTF and they still can't keep up with the orders. There are still people complaining in the DTF groups that they want transfers and cannot get them because the transfer printing people are swamped and they're overbooked. So there's room and there's a need for more DTF printers. It really is. So, you know, if you can get into it and you can get big boy inks at a great deal, awesome top tier inks, and you can get his film on his website, and you can get this RIP software. CAD Link is phenomenal. And if more folks get into doing the DTF here on this channel, I will do videos on CAD Link because I do like CAD Link. It works phenomenal. And CAD Link has features built into it that no other RIP software has, as well as Photoshop. There's a feature in CAD Link that Photoshop doesn't even have. And it's so proprietary to this software that you can't use this feature on a photograph or an image and save the image like that. Like, you can't print that image on any other program. They blocked it because that's just how proprietary this specific feature is to their software right now. So no one else has it at this point. but CAD-Link is phenomenal for that. So, and if I'm not mistaken, CAD-Link has a sublimation software as well, but don't quote me on that. But I'm pretty sure they do. Let's see, Big Boy Prints on Facebook. Y'all. So you can go, if you're interested, you can go to his Facebook group, which is Big Boy Prints, or he is in our group and he can print it there too. Post it there too. Okay, so hey Diane McCoy, how are you? Welcome. Thank you for being a YouTube group member. It is now 10:41. I didn't realize it is late. Avery Head paid $549 for her new Brother PE 800 in January 2020, and then boom, it skyrocketed after COVID. Skyrocketed. So what is a good option for large solid designs? So a good option for large solid designs, Chad, I'm still going to say DTF. All right. Now, most people will say DTG, but I disagree because DTG has limitations as far as what you can put on the platen. Like sweatshirts are too thick for DTG platens, most of them. Hats, you can't, there's no DTG platen for hats. So there's restrictions, whereas DTF, direct to film, it's closer in feel to like, I'm gonna tell you what it feels like, honestly. It's closer in feel to Caesar Easy Weed vinyl. And I'm talking about the Easy Weed stretch. It's closer in feel to that. So the Caesar Easy Weed vinyl stretch is just, it's a softer kind of vinyl because it's stretchy, right? It's not like your regular Caesar Easy Weed. You have to find the Easy Weed stretch. It's two different things. And the hand to the Caesar Easy Weed stretch is softer than the regular Easy Weed. So that I personally think is the closest description of what DTF feels like when it's, just decent amount of ink, the powder, and that's it, cured. As opposed to extra ink. Now, extra ink, it can feel kind of plasticky. And solid designs, even still, if you did nominal, just a moderate, normal amount of ink, it still has a softer hand to it than like your Caesar Easy Weed. Now, you can half tone it slightly where you can barely see the holes in it, and that'll help with that hand. You know what I'm saying? So it'll feel softer. But CAD-Link has the half toning built into it to help you do it. You can do half toning and all kinds of, like, you can do diamond half toning, you do square, you can do round, you can do elliptical. I mean, it's crazy. CAD-Link is a really good software for that. But that would be the way to get, I think, the ultimate hand feel for a solid image would be light half toning in CAD-Link, to make it where, it's softer and it stretches better. But you're going to have the stretch anyway because DTF stretches. If you have good ink, like Big Boy inks. Definitely check out Big Boy inks. Came in late. What's the name of the printer? Betty. It is, again, the Epson Stylus Pro 7880 Ultra Chrome is what Betty is. Designs by Deshelle. She is a 24-inch printer. Do you have to do routine prints with DTF to prevent clogging like in converted sublimation? It's a good idea to do that, yes. And the reason why, and I'm giving this information secondhand. So when I reached out to a DTG company who also does DTF as well, and I talked to them about possibly getting their inks, which they slept on it. So I found Big Boy. I don't need their inks now. But anyways, I told him, because I'm very well aware of the fact that DTG white inks, direct to garment white inks, you have to shake those as well. You have to shake them every day when you come in, before you use your direct to garment printer. So that's why it wasn't super foreign to me to hear that direct to film printer, you have to shake the white ink for the direct to film as well. So I asked him, I mean, why is that? Why can't we not get away from having to shake the white? Why does the white ink separate? And according to the direct to garment printer manufacturer, where they make direct to garment printers, he stated that the white ink, the only way they could get white ink to be made is by using titanium. Pretty sure he said titanium, because I was like, titanium, ain't that like vibranium or something? So I'm more than positive I didn't get the name of the stuff in the ink wrong. But I'm pretty sure he said titanium. And he was like, and titanium is heavy. It's heavier than the surrounding fluid. So what happens is, as the titanium settles, it separates the ink. So that's why you have to constantly shake up the white ink so that it keeps that titanium mixed up and all of the ink is mixed and it helps and blah, blah, blah. So that was from the conversation I had with him. Now, whether that's in white ink or not, I don't know, but I took his word for it. They use, their inks were made by, it's a really popular photo ink company. And it starts with a D, and for the life of me right now, I can't think of what it is. So he, seemed pretty knowledgeable, so, I didn't argue. I'm seriously thinking about getting into DTF, but I'm a bit nervous about maintenance and clogging issues. I mean, and you're going to have maintenance and clogging issues with sublimation as well if it's not maintained properly. With the DTF, if you're going to be making transfers, I think that will suit you better than not getting into DTF. But if it's something where you don't make t-shirts a lot, or you don't plan to make a whole lot of t-shirts, then DTF might not be the right move for you to make. It just kind of depends on what route you're choosing to go with your business. So if you're in an area where they do a lot of t-shirts, then it might be a good call for you. But if you mainly do blankets and baby stuff, or embroidering polo shirts, no company shirts and stuff like that, then DTF might not be the way. That's also a good move for DTF, is contracting with some of these like lawn care companies. They wear t-shirts on a regular basis. Construction companies wear t-shirts a lot of times. Cleaning companies sometimes wear t-shirts with their logos on it. So people that in your area that wear t-shirts quite often, and sometimes they want their logo in full color on their stuff, but who wants to weed 6 different layers of vinyl to make a person's t-shirt when all you gotta do is do DTF? Make that money. Go make that money. I'm just saying. Let's say you just need good ink and you don't have to worry about clogging. On large format printers, you get a chip resetter and replace the padding on the inside. That's for the maintenance tank that somebody asked for. What is a good ink brand? Big Boy Inks. Big Boy Inks. Oh, I'll have to show you that. Epson K3. The K3 is the name of the ink, Justin. K3 is the name of the ink that goes in that printer if you're not doing sublimation or DTF. Here is the Big Boy Inks. Big Boy Inks. Ink by the Big Boy. Come on, not focus on me. Focus on the ink. Ooh, focus on the ink. Focus on the ink. There we go. Big Boy Inks. Inks by the Big Boy. You too. I love that. Oh my God. Anyways, this is Big Boy Inks, and it's on Etsy, and the link is in the description below. You can go on Etsy and type in Big Boy Inks, and it should pull up. And this is also the ink that you use to do your wrist exercises so that you can ring the bell effectively. 1 and 2 and 3. Yes, the bottle is big enough. It fits in your hand. It fits better in Big Boy's hand, but I can grip it pretty good. I can grip it. I can handle it. See, look at that wrist motion right there. That's a good bell ringing wrist motion. So yeah, big boy inks. So even if you don't buy it so that you can do DTF, you can do your wrist exercises with it. So it's a twofold purpose. I mean, it's win-win. Why not? Big boy style. So big huge bottles of ink to fill up big huge cartridges and Big Baby Betty. Absolutely love it. Let's see. I love big boy inks. Y'all, I'm trying to tell y'all the printouts that I was getting before had me really sad. I wish do I have darn I wish I could show you the difference though. That's the problem. I mean, I have where my t-shirt brand, I was printing out the logo on my t-shirt brand. Oh, here we go. But I didn't print the logo out, or I didn't print this part out on with the big boy inks, but I have other printouts that I know if I print this with the big boy inks, it's gonna look a heck of a lot better. But I mean, you can barely see. Come on, bruh. Focus. You tripping. Quit tripping. There we go. You can kind of barely see, but this is supposed to be stark white. And it's not. It's like a gray. So, you know, it doesn't look good. And that's that, you know, and most of my whites were coming out like this until I installed the big boy inks. And with the big boy inks, my whites were coming out white again. Whoop, whoop, whoop. You know, my inks here, this is white. And this is supposed to be white. Look, I don't know. Can you see the difference? I don't know if you can see the difference because the camera just ain't quite. I don't know if you can see that. It's just all I know is when I printed it out with his ink, I was, you know, y'all probably gonna be like, darn, she a crybaby. She cried over everything. But I was like in tears of relief because I'm like, I thought it was me and that I was doing something wrong, or I thought it was the software and the software wasn't printing right. No, it was the ink. Change the ink, not an issue yet. Anyway, ink makes a difference. I'll just put it that way. So yeah, definitely check out Big Boy Inks. Big Boy Inks. Yes, he would recommend his own. I mean, why not? But he also does do DTF printing. So you kind of, you know, I'll put it this way. For me here on this channel, one of the things that I try to let you guys know is if I recommend something to you, is because I've used it and I've seen how it worked and I believe in it because I can see it work for me and that it turned out the way I said it would. So I am not one of those who somebody calls up and they're like, hey, I want to send you something and I want you to tell people about it. And I'm like, okay, but you need to understand that I'm going to check it out first and I'm going to be honest about it. Like I got a call from a heat press company and I'm like, I'm not going to, it was off of Amazon or something. And I was like, I'm not going to just tell people buy this heat press until I try it and see how it works and see how it fits into our everyday lives as I'm used to us being over the past few years that we've had this channel. So I try stuff out first. If I don't like it, then I usually don't tell y'all about it. I've had a couple of instances where that's happened and the people were kind of upset with me and I'm like, bro, but it wasn't a good fit for our channel. So I decided not to say anything about it. And they were heated because they sent it. And I'm like, well, I mean, you know, I told you I'm going to try it first, you know. So, but as far as his ink is concerned, you know, I told him, you know, okay, you know, I don't have a problem trying it. I thank you for sending it and all this other jazz. And I told my husband, I said, well, I'm going to try the white because I'm having issues with my white ink. And Big Boy was like, do our ink, try it because the white is top notch. And I'm like, okay, we'll try it. All I did was change out the white ink, y'all. And something told me, suck out all of the old white ink before you put in his white ink. And I was like, okay, I'm going to do that because I don't want any issues. So I took out took a syringe with the tube to go down in there to suck all that white ink out. And then I poured his ink in, ran a couple of head cleanings to get his ink through the system, and printed. And with the first print, I could tell a difference. I wish I could get my husband in front of you to confirm without me even really saying anything about the difference, because I was like, honey, look at this. He could tell the difference, and he don't print DTF. He don't do this. So, and he knows what I've been going through to get my prints, because when I first got the printer, it printed okay like that. But after time, the ink just wasn't producing properly. And I thought it was clogged and all of that stuff. It wasn't clogged. It was just bad ink. Maybe I got a bad batch. I don't know. But I ain't worried about that no more. Tell you that. Not worried about it. So, try it. Try it. That's all I can say is try it. These T's and things says, oh my God, yes, CAD Link. You got to have CAD Link. CAD Link is the gospel when it comes to DTF. RIP software. Let's see. What is his website? He's on Etsy. His ink is on Etsy in the Hoop group. Are you selling, DTC Queen says, are you selling DTF transfers? If so, how much? For example, if I needed an 8x10 print done, how much would you charge? I haven't gotten into printing the transfers yet. Not yet. And the reason why is because as I'm going over with the ink, I was struggling to get my prints to be consistent, the right color every time, and looking good. I was struggling, y'all. It's crazy. And so matter of fact, I wish I had it right here near me, but you could just clearly see the differences from one print to the next. And I'm like, what happened? Why am I going through this? I've only printed 3 sheets and now the 4th one looks like trash. I don't understand. But switching the inks made all the difference in the world. So once DTC Queen, once we get Big Baby Betty up and going and she's printing like I'm hoping she will, then we will consider doing transfers. But it's going to be a minute for me to get her going, get used to how she works, get the roll of film, because, right now I'm just using the sheets, and then see about doing printouts for transfers. Now, it is going on 11 o'clock. I did not realize I talked that much, and my husband was like, you are on the soapbox about the coronavirus and ain't talking about work. Yeah, I was. I apologize, y'all. That's right. No rookie wrist over there. That's right. He did say he did say somebody else had the rookie wrist. I don't have a rookie wrist. I've been ringing that bell for how long now? But that big boy ink doing that, you won't have rookie wrist. You won't have weak wrist either. Or as my daughter said one time on accident, she said reek wrist. You don't have reek wrist. You have rookie wrist. You don't want that either. You want good strong wrist. So you got to get that thing flexing so that when you ring the bell, look at that. Sound good, don't it? Sound good. If you want a bell, join the group. Send me a message. We'll send a bell right out. We sure will, as long as I got your address. I can't send it if I don't have your address. So you got to fill out the form on our website and we'll get a bell sent over. Kimberly Joyner, I totally understand. Crying for joy after dealing with that much frustration. I have been there too. I'm trying to tell you, it was horrible. And as Justin says, we tell the truth. I don't have any other way to be. I'm not going to lie. And because I don't like to be lied to. So I'm not going to lie to somebody else. I don't like to be lied to. So what you see is what you get. And I'm going to tell you how I feel. And if I'm going to shout from the mountaintops for you, then I'm definitely going to do it because I believe in it. So that's just how that goes. Little print looks kind of gray. Yes. Sheila Cushionberry. Yes, that was the problem. Why is it gray? Why is it weak? The white was just weak. It was just, I didn't understand. But anyway, Lisa Cage, I want to sell DTF transfers. I'm trying to tell you that it is hot right now. Baby Giant Services LLC, good evening to you as well. Hubby was trying to keep me focused. Thank you for joining us, Baby Giant Services LLC. Do you or can you use CAD link instead of Photoshop? If you have the CAD link sublimation version, you can. But I don't know if you can with DTF version of CAD link. But they have a sublimation version so that you can do that. Is DTF the same as sublimation transfers? No. Lisa Cage, DTF is different from sublimation. Sublimation, you are limited to pressing on polyester. You're limited to pressing on sublimation. Yikes. Clothing. We're talking about clothing only. So like sublimation, yes, you can do mugs, keychains, gosh, all kind of stuff, right? Well, with DTF, DTF is more for fabric and clothing and t-shirts and sweatshirts and hats and pants and jeans and jean jackets, stuff like that. So sublimation, you can't sublimate directly to cotton. You cannot sublimate directly to jean jackets. You cannot sublimate directly to, you know, anything that's not polyester, first and foremost. Yes, there are things that you can use in between the sublimation ink and the fabric to make it look like you're sublimating directly onto the fabric. So whether that's the spray, the poly spray, you still have to spray something. Poly spray, you're still spraying something, so you're still not sublimating directly to cotton. It's not gonna work. I don't care what you say. You can use easy subli, but you're sublimating onto the easy subli and then putting it onto the shirt, or putting the easy subli onto the shirt and then sublimating onto the easy subli. Either way, there's something in between the cotton and the sublimation. You can't sublimate to anything other than polyester as far as fabric is concerned. All right. So that being the case, DTF doesn't matter. You can sublimate on, you can DTF, you can apply the design to polyester, you can apply the design to cotton, you can apply the design to denim, you can apply the design to leather, you can, any of that. Canvas, you can put DTF on canvas. You don't have to have a polyester coating of any kind in order to do DTF, right? The other thing with DTF, the reason why DTF is so hot right now is because DTF, you can print white ink. You can print with white ink. So sublimation, you can't print white ink. So people are like, I have a black shirt. Can I sublimate to the black shirt? It's polyester. Well, I mean, technically you can, but you can't see it because you can't sublimate white ink. So all of your other colors will be sucked in by the black of the shirt and you won't see the yellow. You won't see the, this is just like if you take a cup of yellow ink and you pour black into it, it's going to be black. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how else to explain it. So because you can't sublimate, you know, white, if you need white color in an image, what happens is your printer prints all the other colors but the white, and it leaves spaces where the white is. So whatever your background fabric is, whatever your background color polyester is, that's the color that's going to substitute as white. So if it's a red shirt, then all your colors that, you know, would need white to be able to show up on the red will have a red tone, or the white areas will be red. I have a video on that to show the differences in colors and stuff, but DTF is, you can print white. You can print white and you can press it on any fabric. I mean, it's just, it's like the holy grail of t-shirt printing. It really is, because you can print white ink. And DTG, which is direct to garment, is basically the same thing as DTF. The only difference is it's reversed, because direct to garment prints it directly onto the garment, white as the base, and then the print of the image on top of that if need be. Whereas on film, what happens is it does the color layers first, like if it's going on a black shirt, and then it'll do the white background over the top of that, so that when you press it, it's opposite, just like the DTG shirt. So that's the only difference between the two. It uses basically the same ink. So like a black hole. Everything is sucked up. Yes. Sublimation does not have white ink, but DTF does. I want to use colored cotton shirts, then you can. You can. Colored cotton shirts. You can do Bella Canvas. You can do Ganol, or not Ganol, Lord, Gildan. You can do some American Apparel. You can do Anvil. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You can press all of them. You can press all of them. I love it. I love it, y'all. I'm trying to tell you. And the cool thing is, as we wrap this up, because I'm over time, I want to wrap this up by saying that yes, Big Baby Betty, we're welcoming her to the Hoop Group. She is a big printer. She will print DTF. And getting into DTF is about the same cost as getting into like a multi-needle embroidery machine. There's significant cost involved in getting into doing DTF yourself, right? So it's not an inexpensive hobby. The RIP software is hundreds of dollars, for crying out loud. But there is a silver lining. For those of you who are interested in printing DTF or having DTF as an offer so that you can press it to dark colored cotton shirts, you can order DTF transfers from people who have a DTF printer. So if Big Baby Betty gets up and running, there could possibly be a way that I would do DTF transfers. And then you could say, hey, I need 50 transfers for them to say, I love my mom. And I'll be like, bruh, it's like $1 zillion a transfer. No, I'm just kidding. It's only like, $5 a sheet. He'd be like, okay, cool. But I also want to add this onto the sheet too, so I can cut that part out and press that, but then this bigger part. And I'll be like, cool, that's called a gang sheet. Let me know. As long as your stuff is high quality, we'll print it out. We'll send it to you. And guess what you can do? Set your heat press to 300 degrees and press this transfer onto your shirt for 12 seconds. And then, boom, you got a DTF printed shirt. Boom. The only thing is, I would say find somebody with big boy inks, because you know your shirt is going to be fire. And you got that straight from the baby's booty's mouth. Trying to tell y'all. Trying to tell you. So anyways, it was a lovely show. I had a lot of fun. I'm going to check and make sure our Polypro Tees Brothers hit and miss sometimes. Yes. Everyone remember to hit that like button, please. Justin McCoy, long time not being here. Good night, Hoop Group, and Miss Eve. Good night to you too, Mr. Justin. And you guys, I'm going to say good night to you all and Big Baby Betty, because a heifer got to work tomorrow. I got to work, so I won't be able to play with Big Baby Betty tomorrow. But it's all right. When I'm done with this job, then I can get back into playing with Big Baby Betty, and we'll have some videos on doing some DTF transfers. All right. So you guys, if I missed your question or your comment, I apologize. But we definitely had a lot to cover, a lot to talk about. But please join the Hoop Group, and we can continue any discussions there. Just drop your question or drop your comment, and we'll go from there. And like I said, I'll be hit or miss in the group and here with videos on YouTube for a couple of weeks while we finish packing this one house and then unpack them at the next house. It's a it's a lot of stuff, so it's gonna be a while. So at any rate, enjoy, y'all. You have a good night. Please stay safe. Please stay safe. And if something goes on and you want me to be aware of it, you can DM me on Facebook, and I will get the message, especially if I'm not working. I'll get the message when I stop, and we'll definitely keep you in our minds, our thoughts, and our prayers. So we enjoy having you here on our channel tonight, and until the next time we see you, I want to say have happy embroidering, but I'm just going to have to say have happy crafting. All right. Have a good night. See you guys later. Bye.